Alrighty, thanks so much for joining us. Great to have everyone here. It's good to be here. My name is Pete Moriarty, and I am here to share with you some of the challenges that scale companies have and how to overcome them. And I'm going to be sharing with you what we've found in all of our time working with small and medium businesses that have successfully grown and scaled and got out of the startup land, got out of growth mode, and actually hit that amazing acceleration of scale. So if you don't know who we are, we're itGenius, and we are a small to medium-sized business consulting firm. What we do is we help small business owners accelerate their team, put the right technology in place, and help their business grow. We've worked with literally tens of thousands of employees, but thousands of companies right across Australia, and we are all about getting the right tech inside your business. So if you're joining us on the live, thanks so much for being here. If you are watching our replay, then also great to have you here as well. I am in my little office in Burleigh Heads here, thankfully not currently in lockdown, but I live and work mostly from the road, but I've been here plonked down in one spot now after being on the road for 2 months, and very happy to be here. And the number one rule with me, if you're joining my stream, is that the more interactive you are, the more I'm going to be able to share and help in your personal situation. So please drop me a hi. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're in lockdown, sorry to hear that, guys, but I'm going to try and bring you as much entertainment as I can to keep us busy. So we've launched in the last week our growth roadmap, and our growth roadmap is about how technology is adopted by businesses. And so this is like the way that businesses, as they grow and scale, have different approaches to technology. And what's important about this is that this actually lets you know where you should be focusing your energy and your time, and what kind of tools are kind of next on the horizon for you based on which area of business you're in right now. And so what this tells us is that as you're growing and you're scaling a business, there's going to be different challenges that are coming up, but also you're going to have different focus areas as well. And so what we've done with this growth roadmap, and we're still in the process of launching it and tweaking it. I'm giving you guys an early release version, very 1.0 of this, or it should maybe have a beta label on it still. And this is basically showing you what kind of areas in the business different technologies are going to be relevant for you. So take a screenshot of this. This will be shared on a blog as we continue to develop this framework. You can see here it's literally still in progress. We're still working on the accelerate side of that. Now, why is it so important that we actually think about this stuff? Why is it so important that we consider different pieces of technology as our business grows? Well, tech is so darn big. It can be really challenging to know what you should be focusing on at different stages of business. Should I be worrying about setting up a policy inside of G Suite so that people have to change their password X number of times per month? Or should I be rolling out Chromebooks to my team? Should I be building a beautiful dashboard for all my KPI data in the business? And from working with thousands of different businesses across Australia and beyond internationally as well, we have a really good idea of what kind of businesses come up against what challenges as they're at certain stages of business. And so this framework is our attempt to take all of that knowledge that we have from our customers and from the businesses that we've worked with and helped succeed, and try and bring that down into a really digestible format so you know where you are right now. And if there's any steps that you've skipped that maybe businesses, that you in the past maybe should have got done, but you haven't got done yet, what you should be focusing on now, and then what's around the corner, around the horizon as well. And so I'm not going to spend this video going through this framework. We're actually just focusing on scale businesses and what scale businesses do well so that they are successful, because this is going to inform growth businesses have on the horizon and how growth businesses should start to think. But also, if you're a launch or if you're a startup business, then you're going to get some tips from this as well to give you a bit of an idea of the kind of matured thinking around technology that larger businesses have as they go into that scale growth mode. So does that sound exciting? Awesome. Now, scale companies are really, really interesting businesses. In Australia, 98.5% of all businesses, 98.5% of all businesses have less than 20 employees. Once you are above 20 employees, you're literally in the top 1.5% of all businesses. And the businesses that are over 200 employees, it actually goes down to 0.5%. So there's 1% of all businesses in Australia which are between 20 and 200 employees. Amazing statistic. Now, 50-60% are actually sole traders. That's the biggest chunk. But then then most of Australian businesses that actually have employees are in that segment of having 1 employee to 20 employees. It's about 300,000 businesses across Australia, right? So these scale companies, just by launching past and growing past 20 employees, are already in the top 1.5% of the country, which is pretty phenomenal, right? It's a big jump there. So if you're one of those scale businesses, give yourself a pat on the back. You've made an amazing achievement by actually getting your business to that stage. Now, what kind of challenges start to come up for these businesses? Well, we know because we've worked with so many of them. Some of our customers are some of the more larger end of town, like the Canva, O'Brien, who were previously Laser, Electrical and Plumbing. People like One Agency, who have hundreds of different real estate agencies all over the country. These are all Google customers, and they're our customers as well. And so we speak to their IT teams and we work with them very closely. We get an understanding of what the challenges are. But we also have hundreds of businesses that are in the stage of that 20 to, let's say, 100 employee mark, where they're really out of growth mode and they're starting to scale. And so we're going to go through 3 areas that are really important for these businesses, for the mindset of the business owner and the business leaders to make sure that they have right in regards to how they approach technology. So those 3 areas are, number 1, creating technology process. And that doesn't just mean like business processes. We're going to cover exactly what it means, but recognizing that technology and the function of technology management inside the business is actually a process. So that's going to be number 1. Number 2, data-driven decisions, right? That sounds like a nice little kind of buzzword and throwaway phrase, but I'm going to take you through some practical steps on how you can actually make data-driven decisions on both choosing technology and then also managing your technology as well and managing your people as well. It's very important. And then thirdly is about delegation and technology-assisted delegation. I'm going to take you guys through some cool stuff there. So some of the biggest challenges that these companies come up against when you're a scale company, right? We found this very much when we kind of grew past 20 employees and we've kind of like rocketed off and continue to grow and scale out our teams. The biggest one for us, once we got above 20 employees, is our customers started treating us differently. They no longer treated us like a small business, and our customers start treating us like a mid-market or like a large business. It's kind of like, sorry, you've reached a point of success now, and so you have to serve me in a certain way, right? And I'm not saying our customers treat us like they would treat Telstra or a faceless large organization, but there is definitely a shift in how we are treated by our customers. And so what that means is that we need to adapt our customer experience to be able to deliver to a different perception of our customers. So that's one of the biggest challenges that these businesses come up against. The next one is that you start to have all of the quintessential traits of a mid-market business. You have information silos. You might start having politics that start happening across your teams. You start to get less efficient with your people because you're hiring extra departments like sales or marketing, or maybe you're starting to build out an HR function. And so the amount of capital that you need to spend every year in your people actually increases as a ratio to your revenue. And so what that means is your labor can actually be less efficient as the business then continues to grow. And so there are ways that technology can help counteract that, of course, and that's what we want to try and do. But these are the challenges that start to come up.